Tales has become one of my favourite words over the past few years. This massive RPG series has produced loads of quality RPGs over the past 2 decades and has really made a name for itself. Tales of Zestiria is the latest Tales title, and I jumped into my gamer seat with huge expectations. Many of these expectations were well met, while others were not. Zestiria isn't quite flying as high as some of the better Tales games out there, but it is certainly worthy of the Tales name and should satisfy most cravings of JRPG enthusiasts. The world is populated by humans and seraphim, who don't exactly socialise with each other. This is probably due to the fact that humans can't actually see seraphim. They just kinda worship them, and in return, the seraphim bless their land. However, our hero Sore is different. He's a human who has been raised by the seraphim, away from human civilization. After a few minor events, Sore and his seraphim friend Mikleo journey to the human city of Lady Lake. Lady Lake. I like the sound of that one. Anyway, here we have ourselves a serious sword in the stone situation. If one can release the sword, they will become a shepherd, who in the past have been the saviours of the land in times of crisis. What a coincidence! Sore just happens to release this sword. Good timing too, because the lands are now littered with Hellions, which are basically corrupted beings. It's now up to Sore and his friends to purify these Hellions and defeat the evil Lord of Calamity. Some of the Tales games in the past have had some pretty damn engaging stories, but Zestiria did not come close to reaching the level that I came to expect. There are some pretty good moments, but in most cases I didn't really care what happened next. This was one of the most disappointing things about Zestiria for me. The characters, however, do live up to Tales standards. Most fans will agree that it's the quality character interactions that set this series apart from other JRPGs. Most of the main characters have truly unique personalities that are constantly displayed through well-written cutscenes or the trademark Tales skit system. Take Edna for example. Her overly apathetic attitude and the constant lines she drops to tease other party members is just priceless. Layla, on the other hand, will have you laughing out loud with her terrible puns. All of these characters develop unique relationships with each other during the course of the journey, and watching these interactions is very entertaining.
Hey, mister. Edna's so lonely. She could use a big hug.
Well, aren't you a precious little thing? Your name is Edna?
Oh, please, mister. Edna's so cold.
Oh, but there's a trial, you see. We need to get to the altar and...
Useless.
I played the PS4 version of Zestiria and it clearly looks like a PS3 port. Gameplay performance is generally fast and smooth, but there is noticeable frame rate drops with the enemies on the world map. Some areas also look like utter shit. Pendrago Castle, I'm looking at you. You look like a concrete waterfall. I don't usually talk too much about audio unless it's either awesome or horrendous. Zestiria fortunately falls into the absolutely awesome category. Yeah, the voice acting is usually pretty top notch with Tales games, but it's the music here that really stands out. There are 4 elemental temples that you need to visit through your journey, and each one has an incredible track that does a brilliant job in putting you into an I want to kick everyone's ass mode. Oh, and a special mention here goes to the winner of the 2015 Most Annoying Dungeon Award. Can we give a big congratulations to the Water Temple, and an even bigger screw you to the dungeon designers. But seriously, take my word for it, it's bloody annoying. One thing new to the Tales series is the introduction to a more open world map. This is definitely a nice change, even if a single narrow passageway from one main map to the next is often blocked off by guards. Still, I hope future Tales games will continue with this style.
Mr. Shepard, where's Lila and the others?
They went to the sauna to relax.
Oh, snap! Saray, let's set up the sauna!
Maybe later.
Come on, don't be such a buzzkill! We men need to be open and comfortable about things like this. You know, a naked relationship.
Well, you are always half naked, Zavid.
Zestiria retains the fast action-packed battles that we have come to love in the past. Only one character can be controlled at a time, but they can be swapped at any point. All of the characters' playstyles vary, but I found it fulfilling sticking with just Sore through the entire game. In battle, there are 3 offensive move types: martial arts, hidden arts, and Spheric arts. These work in a paper, rock, scissors kind of system, and this works really well. Martial arts can cancel out enemies who are casting Sephiric arts. Hidden arts overpower martial arts, but on the flip side, will actually shorten the casting time of Sephiric arts. You get all that? Good. The point is, it works, and you actually need to learn how your enemy fights and go in with a plan. The major new addition to Zestiria battles is the Armatization system, or the Super Saiyan system if you prefer. When you fill up your blast gauge, your human character is able to fuse with a Sephiric character which combines their stats and provides them with a new set of abilities. This makes you feel like an absolute badass. Perfect Cell, here I come. This system works well, and knowing when and when not to armatize and which abilities to use keeps the battles fresh, even if the medium difficulty levels are a bit on the easy side.
Hey babes, what kind of guys are your type?
The type that don't even ask that.
Or say, hey babes, either.
Someone, unfortunately, bought too much whiskey on the set, and as a result, my biggest arch nemesis was born. The drunken cameraman. When fighting indoors, you can almost guarantee that he'll be stumbling around, preventing you from seeing anything at all. Someone give him the number for AA. The major customization feature in Zestiria is the skills that are attached to your equipment. Each piece of equipment has between 1 and 4 skills embedded within. When equipped, they grant a nice little battle bonus such as a stat increase or status resistances. There are loads of different skills, but the best thing here is the bonus skills that activate when certain skills are equipped. The skills are neatly placed out on a grid, and by equipping 2 or more of the same skill on top of each other, multiple skills next to each other, or skills that line up vertically in the same group, you can activate even more effective bonus skills. This means that you won't necessarily benefit from the strongest equipment stat-wise. For instance, it may be worth sacrificing 20 attack points in order to stack 3 skills which will provide an additional blast point in battle. This system is quite genius in theory, but I'll be honest, it's near impossible to control what skills are attached to equipment. For example, if you needed a particular skill added to a ring in order to activate a desired bonus skill, then I wish you the best of luck. While you do that, I'll go drink some whiskey with the cameraman. You are, however, given the option to fuse identical equipment together, but most of the time this replaces old skills with new seemingly random skills, destroying any plan you had in the process. Once again, great idea in theory, but I was left wanting a lot more control over this system. And that will do for today. Here's a nutshell version of this review. Tales of Zestiria provides much of what you would expect from a modern Tales game. The great casted characters are a pleasure to watch, but unfortunately, the story in which they're placed is not at this high standard. The gameplay retains its Tales roots, with the armatization system making you feel like a badass Super Saiyan, but only outdoors. Indoors, the camera makes you want to Kamehameha yourself in the face! Finally, the skill system was a great attempt at greatness, but ultimately provides little control over maximizing your characters. But hey, at least they tried hard, and in the end, trying is all that matters, right? If you're a Tales fan, play it. If you're a JRPG fan, play it. If you hate all forms of video gaming, probably give it a miss. This was Hellfire RPGs, thanks for watching. If you like this, please like or subscribe for more RPG content. See you next time.